starts with those guys at the head of the snake, Jaren and Ja. And what you brought up kind of in the beginning of this segment was that they weren't necessarily on the floor when we thought that they would be. And the Grizzlies players have expressed some frustration, not only with their minutes, but also some of the commentary around whether or not they are on the floor, specifically being called soft. We heard from John and Jaren about that last night.
Every time I play a game, I sit the next. Let it be, oh, you soft, or you ain't this, or you ain't this. And then you got guys start sitting out for longer than y'all want them to, and then it's like, oh, he should have sat out. But there you go. You got guys out here battling, man. And that's what we get for it. So y'all want me to play every game? All right. See y'all tomorrow.
People get called soft for anything. People get called anything for anything. Like, really don't matter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to do what's best for yourself. If you about to go out there and you're not able to, and you're going to risk re-injury and miss even more time, like, everyone's just going to say, oh, you shouldn't have done it. So that's just how it works. Like, everyone's always sorry until, you know what I mean? But
So certainly they sound frustrated, right? They want to be on the floor in these big moments, and here in the beginning of the season, they are ramping up, right? They're trying. Ja's coming off the shoulder injury. You want these guys to be conditioned, especially with this offense. But when it comes to crunch time, you're losing to a Brooklyn Nets team on your home floor. You're wondering where these guys are at, and quite honestly, what it sounds like from those sound bites is they're wondering where they're at. But Jaren makes a great point in saying that, hey, we trust our medical staff. We trust these guys who clearly do so much in terms of research and things that they know to make sure these guys are healthy. And he's absolutely right. If you get into a scenario where you come back sooner than you're expecting to, right, and you get hurt, all anybody's ever going to say is, well, you should have been sitting if you're going to re-aggravate that injury. But, Ja doesn't want to hear that. He wants to play.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ja obviously was questionable heading into that game as well as missed Monday's game because of a hamstring or a groin strain, something in that area. Mm-hmm. And then, he plays last night after a lot of comments on social media about him not playing.
Made it clear he heard it. He sees it.
Yeah. I think the interesting thing, you got to note, he still played 29 minutes, the most of any Grizzly. So it's not like he's not playing. Like, he was still out there for a significant amount of time. Sure, it's less than what we usually see him out in a game, but, it was still a lot to play and more than any other Grizzly. I think for me, when I'm watching that game, I'm saying, okay, if he can only play 29 minutes, if that's what you've been told heading into the game, I don't want him to go over 30, then make sure you're playing him at the right times, which is those closing minutes of the game is when you really need him out there.
Yeah, load management is pretty normal this time of the year. Everybody's not at their full fitness yet, but that shows me Ja's feeling the pressure. Jaren's not. You can kind of see Jaren is usually like that, which, by the way, great shirt, Jaren. I really like that.
It was a good outfit.
But you can really tell that Ja's feeling the pressure, and I understand it because he hasn't made an impact in almost 2 seasons. He wants to make that impact, and he feels it, and they're telling him, maybe you should sit out. We got a couple back-to-backs coming up. We've got some big games coming up at the beginning of the month against big Western Conference teams, i.e. Denver, when they want Ja to play. So maybe not playing against someone like Damian Lillard when they know he's going to try to go shot for shot with someone like Damian because that's who Ja is. Or, Damian goes down, hits a three, Ja's going to try to get a highlight on him as well. So I think it's pretty clear Ja's feeling the pressure. And to be honest with you, it's something that I understand, but you don't want to see from the superstar. You want them to be calm, cool, and collected, and that's what Jaren has been. That's what Bane has been. But I can just see it, that Ja's feeling it, and that's okay. You can still go out there and play. But if you're Jalen Wells and you're looking at that, I understand that Ja's frustrated, but it's not a calming sense in that locker room. And we're so early on in the season. Maybe we're overplaying it. Maybe it's not that big of a deal, but Ja truly cares, and hopefully he can get out of this and come out, be healthy, and be the normal Ja that we saw 2 years ago.
Yeah, certainly interesting to see the difference between last year and this year. In those 9 games that he came back from the 25-game suspension, averaged 35 minutes and 25 points a game and only played less than 35 minutes, I think, one time against Sacramento.